What's going on, everyone? Gadgets here, and welcome back to the channel for my first ever review. Well, first ever review in general, and this is an update review. So, for the past couple of months, a lot of us GTA players were asking for another like car, like at least car enthusiast based type of update. Now the tuners, the tuners update actually not tuners update like the summers in Los Santos treat us well was a couple cars that we wanted, but Kai Perico kind of disappointed us with wherever they had in Titanic. And the only good thing was the Italia RSX and the Beetle. That's basically it. So yeah, it's time for me to actually review this tuners update. Alright, so the LS Tuners update has two types of people. Well, these two types of people are pretty much a very diverse type of group. If you get what I mean. You got the average Joes that actually will customize it to the best look, and there's also people with the new stuff. Basically, people like you and me that actually wanted to get these cars because they're pretty much really interesting, to say the least. Now, in terms of why a lot of people want cars like these, is because the car enthusiasts, because literally the car community in GTA is pretty freaking massive, if you think about it. Like, how many people you see are in car meets or in like car shows or something with legit all 30 players. But when it comes to regular vehicle like these,
Yeah, I'm free any day of the week.
but yeah, in terms of
Your friend?
the way the
Yeah, they got
listeners
something
handle it,
exact tomorrow.
we have gotten at least a lot of stuff to go through. But I'm actually going through a lot of these segments. So we're going to the first segment, and I'll explain on what that does. So without further ado, let's go into the first segment. Alright, so you got the auto garage, which is another property that you can actually do, and not to mention it actually gives you passive money just by going in and customize the customer's car and upgrading them to their requests. Now, as long as they are handling stuff and turbo tuning, then you're good. Everything else is, well, to your liking. So let's take the Taurus for example. And the customers want this lime green. Now, in terms of the color, depending on if it has liveries or not, it's gonna go well. If it doesn't have liveries, then it's gonna go pretty poorly. So, right on the bottom, you have requested upgrades, and the requested upgrades are pretty much of what the customer wants, as long as it's to their liking. Then you should be good. But everything else, if it's not in the list, you can do whatever the heck you want to it, as long as you leave let's leave those options out of it. So it took me a little bit to actually customize the Toros, but I think the end result might surprise you. Now, there is a saying that I like to use, wheels can actually break the car. Well, wheels can either make or break the car. So, for the most part, um, if the customer chooses good-looking wheels, then you should be fine. If they choose whatever the heck the wheels they wanted, then you have to question on what their tastes are. Now, during this, I actually was doing so well in terms of the car, in terms of the vehicles. Like, okay, still has some cool wheels. Nope, they were off roads. Specifically, they were lightweight steelies, which my mind was like, what? Why steelies? You could have chose something that's, you know, reasonable for this vehicle. Unless someone plans to off-road a mess out of this, then go right ahead. It's not my vehicle. It's someone else's. So, legit, it is Pit My Ride. Well, West Coast Customs, except that you're customizing the customer's car, and yeah, that's basically it. Um, Now in terms of the way back, you get the average. Oh yeah, you spend this money, you spend that much plus um plus the 30,000 for delivery. Boom, you got got this amount of money. But for those who do not know, there is a special thing known as satisfactory bonus. Now this range from 2,500, 5,000, or negative 5,000, depending on what kind of vehicle it is. As long as it's, well, not period correct, but it's like, okay, it's not as bad. I mean, in all seriousness, I remember one time I had the Corsa, and I was bent on not putting muscle wheels on the car. I put street wheels, and guess what? Negative 5,000 satisfactory bonus because I went wrong on the vehicle, even though the the wheels that he chose were from the muscle category. So I'm over here like, that makes no sense. Why do you want those wheels so bad? Like, hey, you will thank me later. My God. But then again, you get weirder cars like that sometimes. Like, for example, I had a Beetle where literally it's like, okay, so you have, like, okay, so you want nothing in the back, but you want something full in the front. What kind of mess is that? But then again, who knows? It probably would make more sense. Also, that's a glitch where, well, not a glitch. That's a bug where literally your customer is like tail pointing up and down, up and down. Okay, that's the end of that segment. So we're on to the next segment, which, well, as I know, yes, the Blue Dots is back, but with another thing, which, what else I do not know, this is this is the exotic export business. Essentially, all I do is literally drove up to the car, get out of your own car, get into that get into that specific vehicle, and deliver it to the boats. Now, there are 10 of these vehicles that are lying around the world. Unfortunately for most people, this is by far the hardest, and I mean the hardest thing to do this in this entire game. And by the hardest, I meant it is pretty difficult on finding all 10 cars. If you manage to find all 10 cards, you get a 100 grand bonus. Which, keep in mind, that's not bad. Like it's 20 grand per car. So literally, 20 grand times 10 is literally $200,000. Plus the 100 grand bonus, which will literally give you around $3,000. Which, keep in mind, that's almost as much as doing both time trials and the premium race. Which, keep in mind, is usually like easy, medium, and difficult. So yeah, there's that. Now, for the most part, is you guys' question on is it alright if the car gets damaged? Yes, as long as you get the vehicle there, they don't care about damages. You're still gonna get the 20 grand. Um, just be sure that you're doing it. Be sure that you do this in a private session. Otherwise, you'll have people hunting you down because of that annoying blip on the radar. So yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, okay, that makes absolutely no sense. Like, why would you go out there? Someone who's literally delivering, literally, literally exporting expensive vehicles. Ay, ay, ay. All right, there we go. As I export, come what I delivered, and I got $20,000 for it, which is not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright, up next we got the contact missions. These contact missions range from 150 to 300 grand worth of money, and you don't have to pay for it, which is a good thing. Now, for the most part, I will be doing a list on the top 8 most difficult missions of all 8 of them. Which will not happen until November. So for the most part, it's kind of like that. Except it's pretty on par with whatever that mess is going on. So yeah, that's basically about it. Don't worry, I'll see. I'm not gonna show you gameplay for this. It will take a long time. All right, up next we have essentially the highlight of this update, which died out fast in Arena War. Now, was wondering, wait, it died faster than Arena War? Well, not as fast as Arena War, but it died a little bit slower than Arena War because of because well, it has all the same thing as Arena War, except they're based off of, well, they're level locked, which actually doesn't involve any ridiculous is paywalls, which is actually a bad thing for this game in my opinion. But here it is. This is the LS Car Meet. The LS Car Meet is a place where you can actually show off your cars and do a bunch of activities with like-minded car enthusiasts like me, you, and everyone else in this world. But for those who do not know what this LS Car Meet is about, well, for the most part, when you first go into this, you'll immediately see a bunch of stuff going on. But be careful because sometimes you don't know what's what, and I got confused with what half of those are. Anyways, this is Mimi. She is in charge of the LS Car Meet, which not only should give you a membership, but she can actually move views and even charges you in order to do a takeover. Anyways, that random side truck right there, which sells delivery, that's where all the prize rides are going to be. Which, keep in mind, uh, yes, yeah, keep in mind that each and every single week you get a different prize ride with different challenges. And last but not least, you got the test drives. Test drives is where, well, you test drive the cars, and guess what? You get to buy them before you test drive them, which is kind of perfect, which I haven't done that yet. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Alright, now for the biggest part of this update, the cars. The are cars is one of many things actually gone to this update. Now, let me explain on what they actually the minor changes they added. They added new tires, they added new wheels, they added more what's that called? The new customization item is literally light tints, which can actually give you a bunch of options for the most part. Then again, depending on what kind of vehicle it is, you probably will have will have tints on the front lights or the tail lights. And not to mention, two more cars actually got in liveries, which is the Kuruma and the Banshee. And the Kuruma actually was given a bug, not bug, it was glitched to where the Kuruma cannot be shot out. So yeah, the regular Kuruma is more bulletproof than the the original armor Kuruma, which keep in mind does not make any sense at all. And the only way that they can actually get shot out is if their armor is taken out. Anyways, so we got the list of the cars there. So we got the S2K, we got a Sunny Chuck with a Hajiroku front. You got the fastest car in the game. You got the S13, A86, Boss 429. Got a Celine Mustang. We got the laziest car in the game, and we got the most underrated car in the game, which, in my opinion, is the Previon for this update. Now, in terms of the Legendary Motorsport, we have at least 8 more cars. We got the Tailgater, we got the 370Z. I think you have the RS3, 370Z, RX7, Mark 5 Supra, 992 Porsche, the RCF, the Cayman, and we got the M2. That's all the cars that are in the game. So, yeah, and also, yeah, that's basically about it. Overall, this was a pretty exciting update. And for those that had not watched my update on the LS tuners, check it out. You might be entertained on how everything works. Everything works throughout the entirety of this update. So overall, I'm going to give this update a 7.8 out of 10. Reason being, although the cars are cool, some of the cars can use some working on. Like the Kuruma glitching to have bulletproof windows, and a lot of the other cars need more options. So, yeah, time to get out of here.